Hello, my name is Catherine McCabe and I'm the Dean of Students. My presentation today is about whether Trinity is right for you. But first of all, who am I? Well, I'm an Associate Professor in Nursing. I became the Dean of Students in June 2020. I've been an academic since 2002, and I've had numerous roles around college. For example, I was the Director of Undergraduate Teaching and Learning in the School of Nursing and Midwifery. I was also the Director of the Centre for Practice and Healthcare Innovation. And also I have a lot of experience being a student. I have a bachelor's degree in Nursing Studies from UCD. I have a Master's in Nursing from the University of Manchester, and I have a PhD from Trinity College, Dublin. When you think about Trinity, is this what you think about? This is a very iconic image. It's the front arch. It leads out onto a very busy area in the city centre that everybody knows, bottom of Grafton Street. So, is this what you think about? Or is it this side of Trinity, this bright, fun, cheerful version, which we don't see every day, but it's there? Or perhaps is it this? This is a much older, traditional view of the School of Medicine, which was established in 1711. That building is still visible in the main campus. But the School of Medicine doesn't look like that anymore. This is the School of Medicine now, Trinity Biomedical Sciences Institute. And you'll see that building on Pearse Street. So Trinity has changed a lot. Or has it? Well, I think it has, actually. It's both. It's the new versus the old, side by side. You have the long room hub and the long room library, both beside each other. So I think what Trinity has is a long tradition of shaping a vision for the future and valuing the past and valuing tradition at the same time. But let's consider whether Trinity is the place for you. What do you expect from Trinity? We're going to have some information about that now. And also we'll talk a little bit about what Trinity expects from you. But first of all, let's start with the Trinity Mission. We want graduates who will use their skills and talents to fearlessly engage in actions and activities that advance the cause of pluralistic, just and sustainable society. But to support this ambition, students need to develop a deep knowledge and competencies in their chosen disciplines, and also a broader knowledge derived from the Trinity elective. So that's outside of your coursework, perhaps a non-academic engagement and activities, or new topics outside of your course that you might be interested in. A broader set of attributes is developed through these co-curricular and extracurricular experiences, and these attributes engender a greater awareness and a confidence to engage with the challenges that you face, daily and in your future careers, but also to help you act confidently. The Trinity graduate attributes are to act responsibly, to think independently, to develop continuously, and to communicate effectively. So what that means on a day-to-day basis is that, acting responsibly means that you would have a global perspective, on your daily activities. You're ethically aware. And also that you're self-motivated, when you take responsibility for your own actions. To think independently, that means that you can do independent research, you think critically, you think creatively. To communicate effectively, that's about learning how to communicate and work well using media, how to maintain connections with people, how to listen, persuade, collaborate, work with others, and to develop continuously. That's about having an enthusiasm for ongoing education, committing to personal development, and that's your own personal development, and you do that through reflection. So there's a lot of things that that Trinity thinks that you can develop during your time here, and these are things that will stand to you in both your working life and personal life. But what do I do as Dean of Students? Well, my role is to integrate the out-class experience, so the non-academic side of the student experience, with the academic mission of Trinity. And that's to ensure the intellectual and personal development of all of our students. So we see both of those important, both your academic and non-academic development as running side by side, and really important for your holistic development as an individual. But the Trinity student of today, I suppose we want our students to deliver economic, cultural and social innovation and entrepreneurship. Just to give you a flavour, really, the context in which you would be in, 28% of our students are from outside of Ireland, 50% will incorporate an internship or an exchange into your degree, 100% of students will do a capstone research project in their final year. Graduates from Trinity founded more venture-backed companies than any other European university in the last 14 years. So that's 254 companies with over 4.8 billion in funding. And also, Trinity is 49th in the world for producing venture-backed entrepreneurs from its undergraduate programs. So if that's what you're interested in, Trinity is the right place for you. But education is changing, for sure. And we are very happy to be part of that. Now, what will Trinity offer you? Well, first of all, academic excellence. Top degree programs, a research-inspired curriculum, legal deposit library, scholarship programs, international networks. We have students from over 120 countries as part of the student population here in Trinity. But also we've over 300 partner universities. So there's a lot of opportunities here for students. We want you to be ambitious, for sure. Trinity College is Ireland's #1 university. It's ranked 101. It's ranked 101 in the world by QS World Ranking 2022. It's 146th in the world, ranked by the Times Higher Education rankings. In terms of teaching and learning, it's ranked 37th in Europe and 1st in Ireland. In terms of overall university impact, it's 57th in the world. When we look at internationalisation, it's 43rd in the world, and that's for its international outlook, and it's also the highest ranked in Ireland. So Trinity is ambitious for itself, but it's also ambitious for you. In terms of your future careers and employability, graduates from Trinity are ranked 91st in the QS Graduate Employability Rankings in 2022. Also, in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship, it's first in Europe for producing entrepreneurs for the past 6 successive years. So really, whether that's where you want to be or whether it's some other career, Trinity can provide that for you. But if you look at all the innovative things that Trinity is doing, E3 Institute is an example of that. That's currently being built at the moment. And so there's quite a lot going on down that side of campus. But E3 stands for Engineering, Environment and Emerging Technologies. And it's about integrating engineering, technology, natural sciences at scale. So on a larger scale to address the challenges of a livable planet. And that's something that's of interest to everybody. So there's quite a lot for students to get involved in here in Trinity in terms of sustainability and climate action. But what else will Trinity give you? Well, we have a lot of academic supports, for example, presenting and writing skills, time management and study skills. That's valuable for everybody. And also about self-management. Trinity will try to help you learn to manage yourselves in terms of living with other people, managing your money, living away from home, that kind of thing. But quite a lot of what they do in terms of the presenting and the writing skills and all of those other skills, they're both available face-to-face and online. So you can access those wherever you are. In terms of access, there's equality of opportunity to all of those with talent and ambition. We have the Trinity Access Programme. We have other routes to education through DARE and HERE programmes, and we also have alternative admissions. When it comes to innovation and entrepreneurship, we have Tangent, which incorporates Launchbox and Blackstone Launchpad. And we also have the Innovation Academy. All of these you can get to know when you are a student in Trinity, and certainly as part of the Open Day, you can ask questions about these in the open sessions. So any questions you have, save them and do ask them in the open sessions later. But the Trinity supports for our students, we have so many. First of all, we have the tutor system, and that means that each one of you, if you decide to come to Trinity, will be allocated your own personal tutor, and that tutor will be with you from start to finish. You may not need to have much contact with your tutor at all, but if you ever do, even if it comes down to, say, getting extensions on assignments, or look, if you need a bit of time out or you're unwell or anything, your tutor is there to support you. There's S2S, which is actually a student mentoring system or a student peer support system. So that's where students help students. We have a student learning centre, health centre, careers advisory centre, disability service, chaplaincy, counselling and day nursery. So it's quite extensive and fully available to all students. So the kind of things we do is, we talk to our students when they come in, and we say, are you new to Trinity? Are you new to Dublin? Or are you even new to Ireland? All of this is quite a transition, for anybody, regardless of your age. It's just something new. And so what we have is an orientation program called Trinity in 12 weeks. And that gives you your Trinity toolkit, which includes some of the study skills which I just talked about, but also looking after yourself, managing your money, your life after Trinity, sitting exams, and a lot of this information that you receive is delivered through our 800 S2S student volunteers, and that's really good, because what you have is students who are giving you information. So it's true information, it's real information, and so it's not like you have a bunch of academics who don't know anything about student life anymore trying to tell you things. It's actually from students who are experiencing or who have experienced what you are experiencing as a new student. We also have about 120 societies. You can see this in this image here, it's Freshers Week, and then on the right hand side you will see our new Provost, Professor Linda Doyle, having discussions with the His Society a few weeks ago. So there's quite a lot going on in terms of societies and activities. We also have a lot of sports, as you can see, and we have a fantastic swimming pool. We have a lot of GAA sports, rugby, and a lot of other activities that you may or may not class as sports. They're healthy activities, and Healthy Trinity is a program here about health promotion and living well, living healthily. So while we offer a lot of sports, some are elite sports, some are everyday sports, and some are just healthy activities. So there's all different types of things that you can do. In terms of the societies, we have Trinity Orchestra, and that hits the main stage at Forbidden Fruit, Electric Picnic, and has done covers of Daft Punk, Arcade Fire and Pink Floyd. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have all of these, Electric Picnic and all of them, back next year. Also we have Player here in Trinity, and that puts on about 40 productions every year. And also we have our DJ Society. This is just one example I'm giving you, and we also have our new Provost here, and it looks like she may have joined the DJ Society of Trinity. Student life here in Trinity, it's very diverse and it's very interesting, and I think it gives you opportunities to kind of push yourself a little, push those boundaries, but also just to observe if you want. We have things like the HIST Society that was established in 1747 as the oldest debating society in the world. That's here in Trinity. We also have the PHIL, which was established in 1683, the oldest student society. So some of the speakers that we've had here, look, the list is amazing. Joe Biden, Madeleine Albright, Desmond Tutu, Angela Merkel, Ralph Fiennes, Nancy Pelosi, Tim Cook, Oliver Stone, Al Pacino, Martin Scorsese, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. Just to name a few, and the list is way longer, and, very interesting speakers. Some you may like and some you might not, but, Student life in Trinity includes the iconic Trinity Ball, outdoor music festival, 5 stages, international culture. We have a global room with over 300 internationally themed events. Every year we have the International Society, which is about 35 trips per year, 3 events per week, and then there's the summer concert series as well, all held here in Trinity. So there's quite a lot to do. Hope it doesn't distract too much. In terms of volunteering, really valued here in Trinity. We have the Dean's Roll of Honour, and that is really where college looks at the work, the volunteering work that students have done, and acknowledges that work. It has the Dean's List, the Dean's Leadership Awards for volunteering, and the Trinity Legacy Award for volunteering. So we have quite a lot of applications for that, and the work in that is fantastic. So for those of you who either have done volunteering or would like to get involved in that, Trinity really tries to reward that where possible. But what will Trinity expect from you? Well, certainly Trinity would expect you to rise to the intellectual challenges of your degree, and enjoy the process. But use the intellectual and personal attributes that you develop to contribute to your community and society. Trinity would also expect that you use your knowledge to drive your curiosity, your creativity and your innovation. And Trinity would like to provide, or intends to, or does provide those opportunities for you to drive your curiosity, creativity and innovation. But also to bring your own diversity and passions and interests to the Trinity community, and make the Trinity community better for that. But also take the opportunities offered to you, but make your own opportunities as well. And that's what I meant earlier by pushing your personal boundaries, and making the most of the experiences and the opportunities that are offered. So this is a very nice picture of a sunny, it looks like autumnal day in Trinity, and and it reflects student life here. So now back to the question: is Trinity right for you? I hope so. Thank you, and good luck with your studies.